Good day. Here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. The government is closely monitoring the situation in Negros Occidental following the explosive eruption of Mount Kanlaon early Tuesday. Some areas in the province have reported ashfall from amid the volcanic unrest. According to the Office of the Civil Defense Western Visayas, the ashfall was recorded in some areas in La Castellana, La Carlota, and Bago City. Meanwhile, Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or Phivolcs Director Teresito Bacolcol explained that the explosion was due to gas pressure beneath the volcano. He noted that an explosive eruption, which is caused by the rapid release of gas and magma pressure, is highly violent and powerful. Bacolcol said Mount Kanlaon remains at alert level 3. Before the eruption, Bacolcol noted that there were low sulfur dioxide emission with only 16 volcanic earthquakes reported in Mount Kanlaon within the past 48 hours. Moreover, affected residents outside Mount Kanlaon 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone have started to evacuate. The Department of Social Welfare and Development's National Resources Operations Center in Pasay City and Visayas are now on heightened alert. This came shortly after the explosive eruption of Mount Kanlaon in Negros Occidental. DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian assured everything's all set to aid Kanlaon-affected residents. At least 250,000 family food packs are on standby and ready for dispatch in Western and Central Visayas offices. Gatchalian added that at least 2.5 million family food packs may also be utilized from areas around Negros Occidental. The Armed Forces of the Philippines likewise assured it's ready to assist other government agencies in disaster response measures. For its part, the Kanlaon Local Government Unit urged its constituents to remain vigilant and adhere to authorities' instructions amid the volcanic unrest. Good news! More Filipinos secured jobs in February as the unemployment rate in the country dropped to 3.8%, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. The unemployment rate in March is lower than 4.3% log a month earlier and is considered the lowest in 3 months. This means unemployed Filipino are now down to 1.94 million from 2.16 million in January. Likewise, employment rate spiked to 96.2% in February or equivalent to 49.15 million employed Filipinos. This is higher than 48.49 million employed Filipinos in January and 48.95% million Filipinos employed for the same period last year. Industries with the highest rise in employment are food services, fishing and aquaculture, public administration and defense, construction, and other service activities. In other news, the Presidential Task Force on Media Security partnered with the Philippine National Police to relaunch the Phivolcs and PNP Media Security Vanguard initiative to ensure the safety of media personnel in the Philippines. This is still in line with the upcoming midterm election in May. Phivolcs Executive Director Undersecretary Joe Torres underscored the need for the initiative, citing its function as primary force dedicated to response to threats against journalists. He said, the move is crucial to uphold the press freedom in the country. Meanwhile, Presidential Communication Office Secretary J. Ruiz highlighted that the country recorded 0 media killings last year under the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. He said this is a significant accomplishment, citing it to be the first time in 20 years. Ruiz said the good record may be maintained with the relaunch of Phivolcs and PNP Media Security Vanguard. In our business news, the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reaffirmed its effort for high-quality jobs. according to the National Economic and Development Authority. This after a draft of the country's underemployment in February this year. The data released by the Philippine Statistics Authority meant that workers seeking additional job dropped to 10.1% in February 2025, an improvement from 12.4% in February 2024. Meanwhile, the country's unemployment rate settled at 3.8%, surpassing the target range of 4.8% to 5.1% for 2025. NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan said the government is committed to fast-track the implementation of projects creating high-quality jobs. On the other hand, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reported that the country's gross international reserves or GIR slightly dropped to $106.2 billion at the end of March, from $107.4 billion in February this year. The decrease was primarily due to the national government's withdrawal from its foreign currency deposits with the BSP as well as the foreign exchange operation. Despite the decline, BSP assured that the current level of GIR remains a strong external liquidity buffer equivalent to 7.3 months worth of goods imports, payment services, and primary income. Based on the residual maturity, GIR can also support approximately 3.7 times of the country's short-term foreign debt. And that's the latest and the big stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. I am RB Abaracoso. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.